see in the title, Amouranth is in trouble. Here it is. Oh God.
I don't get days off. I don't literally chat. You literally were on top of me trying to take my phones from me.
I'm gonna say it one more time. If you don't get it, I need you to get the fuck out. What are you lying to me? In terms of the... You're... Exactly. Because I'm gonna let you say what you think you heard.
What the fuck is going on? What the fuck is going on?
You think you heard. But then I'm gonna say what I thought I said. But you cannot interrupt mine because I'm not gonna interrupt you.
What are you saying?
That's
what the fuck
husband?
did you just say to me?
You want me to say it again?
Yes.
Will you leave? Because then I'll say it 10 times.
Yeah.
I told you. Then just pack up.
What are you saying to me?
Because are you even listening?
You just said something really fucking mean.
What the fuck?
Oh yeah, I did. Because
What's
you
going
didn't.
on?
And did you even listen to what I said? What was the condition?
I don't remember.
Exactly. See, I said I'm gonna let you say what you think you heard. Then, when you're done, I'm gonna say what I said. I'm not gonna interrupt you, and you're not gonna interrupt me.
You just...
Now, let's stop right there. No, stop!
Why did you say you were gonna kill dogs?
What? Kill the dogs.
You're literally doing the thing that you did this morning, which is you're interrupting what I'm explaining to you.
No, tell me. That's not acceptable.
What do you mean, no?
What kind
I'm
of cat
telling
wants
you
to
right
kill
now.
a dog?
You're interrupting me telling you.
Why did you say you were gonna kill my dogs?
Leave the house.
Okay, I can leave the... you know what? Actually, I shouldn't leave the house because my dogs are here.
We'll take the dogs and leave. I'm telling you. You're asking the question, I'm telling you, and you're interrupting my fucking, telling you. Literally.
What are you saying? You just told me you were gonna kill dogs if I didn't do a 24-hour stream.
Nope, did not
Is
say
the
that.
boyfriend
Now you're just
the
fucking being a liar.
manager?
I'm not just...
I said I'm going to tell you what I said in terms of the earlier. Because you're still saying that oh my God, dude. You said, why are you pausing? You didn't ask a question. You said a statement. Did you say that?
No.
No?
I tried to tell you
Are
what
you saying you
I
did not say that? Are you saying you did not say that?
I tried to tell you what I heard from you.
What?
And then you called me a liar.
Then you tell me, what did you say?
I don't even know what you're saying anymore.
Bro, here's what happened. I'm gonna start from the beginning.
I want to hear
I
this out.
asked you why, if there's a reason, because you insinuated that.
What's he talking?
Why would we only do threesomes with guys? I think we
I
should
want to
do them with
do
guys.
threesomes.
Oh my God!
I don't want to do...
See this right here is why I said that. You weren't even listening, which is my point. If you're not listening well enough, then you're literally... Now you see why. I didn't say if you don't shit 24 hours, I'm gonna kill your dogs.
You're literally...
No, listen!
I'm so confused.
I said, I'm gonna say a thing, you're gonna say a thing, and I bet you're not gonna hear mine at all. And to prove the point, I said something terrible. To prove that when something is very, very important to you, you literally don't hear anything else. That was the whole point. And now that you're trying to play the victim, I'm pissed even more, because you're now lying. You didn't even hear what I said. That's the point. I said it very clearly, but you didn't hear it. Why? Because something more terrible
say.
No, I did. I said it on purpose. I said it to show you how easily distracted you are. Your weapon condition. You're lying. You're literally lying to me. I said this. Stop. I said, you're going to tell me what you said? Then I'm going to tell you what I said. And if you lie or interrupt my part, I'm carrying dogs.
Oh my god.
That's exactly what I said.
You did say it. Okay.
And I said that because I knew when I say that, instantly you don't remember, you forget what you said and what I said. Both.
Why do you have to say you're gonna kill my dog? What does that help anything?
Because.
It does not help.
Zoom out. Because you weren't understanding my point, which is this. When there's something that emotionally triggers you, you actually don't remember anything else. And that's my whole point. You were emotionally triggered. You weren't actually listening to me. But then you try to come back and use that as my fault for not saying it. But I did say it. You just don't remember. Here's the crazy part. I had already forgiven you for not remembering. But then you came at me and said, no, you didn't say it. You're being crazy. That's what you did. Listen, it's okay to be emotionally frail. It's okay. It would be even better if you just accepted and admitted it instead of being so defensive about it. But what is not okay is to be emotionally frail and then blame it on the person who's not.
What? What are you even talking
I
about?
have no idea what he's talking.
You brought up the dogs out of nowhere.
Exactly.
So
To
what?
prove a point.
What point is it improving?
See? You're proving my point right now.
What? I'm asking you. I don't even understand what you're saying to me.
I know. That's my point.
Okay, first, this guy is in the total wrong. Like, I think what he's trying to say is that she doesn't listen to him, and then she lies. Now, I'm not taking his side. Definitely not taking his side, but like, I'm gonna take both sides and judge him. And he thinks that threatening dogs, her dogs, which probably is her heart, is gonna make her listen to him. Damn it, I didn't cut this now. So, that is actually manipulation. That is actually threatening and blackmailing. That's blackmailing, which is considered blackmailing, which is very screwed up. Dogs die from people all over the country, so why is he adding it to the pile list? And yes, they do die, but I'm also saying, why are you adding more to the list, you jackass? So, okay. This is an hour for. I cannot watch this hour
If you're
40.
not, then get the fuck out.
I'm literally listening, but you're not making any sense.
Well, no, you're not listening because it makes perfect sense. I'm gonna say it one more time. If you don't get it, I need you to get the fuck out. My point was this. If something triggers you emotionally, you will not remember anything else except that. Because in that moment, you were
Okay.
triggered.
Well, if you're
And I
threatening
was
the
saying
dogs, of
things.
course.
I'm talking about the original. When you said I did not ask you a question. I'm talking about that time. You were emotionally triggered. I get it. I was talking. You seem like you're listening. I'm not there in person. I don't really know. If I was there in person, I can always tell when you're not listening. But the point is this. I asked you a question. You didn't hear the question. I had already guessed that. But when I paused, and you eventually, I'm not even going to fucking talk about the mechanism. You eventually said, or insinuated, you didn't ask a question, why are you pausing? And that's why I said, no, I did ask a question. And then you said, you're being crazy. You didn't ask a question. You said a statement. That's what you said. And that's what got me mad. Why? It's one thing to say I didn't hear your question. That's fine. But you were essentially, at that juncture, saying I'm crazy and have voices in my head.
I never said those words. I said...
Stop! Insinuating. See, that's why I have to be real careful with the words. That is what that means. Even if you didn't mean to, that's what it means. If you go, you didn't even ask a question and you're waiting for an answer, bro, stop. That is insinuating someone is crazy. And if you don't know that, well, great. But then you got to be much more careful about your words, as you're telling me I should be. I just proved the point. No. It triggers me when you insinuate that about me, just like it triggers you when I say certain keywords.
I did not...
But, oh my God, why are you doing it even now?
Because I didn't say you were crazy. I just let you know that you didn't...
I didn't say you said I was.
He's been talking for
I said you
10
insinuated.
minutes.
Okay, stop. Do you know what that word means or no? You're just fucking fighting a battle when you don't even know what that word means? What does insinuate mean?
Like, imply?
Absolutely.
She
And here's the
passed.
thing, okay?
What the
You can imply something without meaning it.
Hold on.
Isn't that true?
Let's watch. The ending was really scary. I hope she's okay. Jenny looked like a woman who has reached her breaking point and is dealing with a narcissistic abuser for 7 years. 7 years? I'll do the summary at the end of this video, and then I'm gonna watch his video, and then I'll do a summary.
No.
This is really stupid and bad.
Like, you're trying to act like that I'm saying you're crazy. I was just letting you know that you didn't actually ask the question. It's okay to think that you asked a question, but not actually have asked. I was just letting you know that you didn't ask, and that's why I didn't answer. I didn't realize you were waiting for me to answer anything.
I wish there was context. I wish there was more context to this.
Just send it now.
What are you sending?
The false fucking swatting of your husband and having your fucking assistant do it too.
You literally tried to take my phone. I got scared because you got physical, and I called.
Yeah, but I'm tweeting it now, so good
But
luck.
so you're lying on my Twitter. That's gonna look real good.
Sure, whatever.
This guy has control of everything.
I'm Amouranth's assistant, or I'm Amouranth's husband, and she is swatting me and calling the cops and calling it a false abuse claim.
I didn't say you abused me. I called the cops because you literally were on top of me trying to take my phones from me. You're literally just lying to my Twitter.
Yeah, I don't care. I built the Twitter.
Yeah, you used my body to build this empire.
And I'm gonna get your OnlyFans banned too.
I literally know the CEO. I can literally just ask her.
Yeah, so do I. And guess what? I never signed
You
a
don't
waiver.
know her. You don't even talk to her. I'm the one who calls her.
My body is in the content, and I never signed a waiver.
Your body is not in the content.
Really?
Your hands? Ooh, lots of people's hands are.
I'm gonna sue you for every fucking dime.
The whole thing, all those concepts were literally your idea. You can't, like, act like you didn't.
I didn't sign a waiver. I didn't sign a waiver.
You don't need to sign the waiver if it was your idea.
Okay, let's see how that holds up legally.
What?
Legally.
I'm gonna spend tonight disassembling this.
That's gonna
entire
be
fucking
hard. I don't know. Oh, it's hard.
What the fuck are you saying?
I'm saying what I'm saying. Stop acting like you.
Oh, damn. There's 10 more. They got a
I
touchdown.
almost accidentally fucking hit it because of this fucking car that almost came.
Who has the ball? Who has the ball? Who has
What are
the
you doing?
ball? Who has the ball?
Just fucking tweet it if you're gonna tweet it.
Who has the ball? Who has the ball? Ball.
Yeah, go for it.
You don't think I will?
Oh, I
At
don't
least the
think you will
Cowboys
because you know
got
that
10
you're
points.
lying.
The fuck does that matter? It'll only make me continue to lie and tear down your entire fucking image. You said I could tweet it, right?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so that's 14 minutes of stupidity. I cannot watch that. Alright, I'm gonna have to watch the whole hour 40. The whole hour 40. Because I need the full context. And I'm gonna use him as help. But, okay. What I'm getting is that he has control of everything. He has control of every single thing that she posts. When she tweets, it's not even her. Hold on. If I have my Twitter on here, it's gonna have a lot of. Oh my god, Titter. Sorry. I might have to blacken the screen. Please wait. Oh my god. No. Alright, hold on. I'm gonna have to find her Twitter. I mean, I could probably find that so fast. Fancy prison by her husband. I don't know. Husband. I thought it was a boyfriend. So, this is basically her boyfriend. This is basically her boyfriend. Maybe this was her? Maybe this was her? Oh my god. Maybe this was her? But most definitely, 100%, I'm now realizing that this is all. This is her boyfriend. Fuck. You know, if you know, you know. But basically, that's all her boyfriend. He's the manager.
This is one of those heavy situations I don't usually like to talk about. I usually aim for the goofier stories where we just kind of point and laugh at some clownery and some general dog shittery that's going on around the internet. But the situation that's happening with Amouranth is an extremely serious one, and it is one that I'd like to talk about since I've seen some of the worst takes all of humanity's ever concocted surrounding this. Now, for those that don't know, if you haven't been on Twitter today, a lot of clips have been surfacing from Amouranth's stream from last night where she went live. Well, she was already live, but she unmuted during an argument with her husband over the phone. And this troglodyte sounds like an absolutely unhinged maniac.
Yeah.
I watched
my
the
God.
entire VOD to get the full context surrounding this entire situation, and I can say with a high level of confidence that this is an actual abusive lunatic. Now, before getting into the clips, I want to make it known that I'm basing that on more than just the phone call argument. Obviously, anyone with ears is going to reach the same conclusion because he comes across extremely abusive in the phone calls as well. But she goes further, showing some of the damage he's done to the house in fits of rage. For instance, she said she locked herself in her room one time, and in response, he kicked the door in and shows the damage to the door. How it's all fucked up. It's now missing like the hinge and everything, and then shows damage to a nearby wall, and then also shows text messages that she received from him, threatening to financially ruin them because she wasn't replying to him fast enough. Now, last quick note before getting into the clips, I'm not Amouranth's PR manager. I'm not here to change your mind if you don't like her or her content, but you need to accept that just because you don't like someone's content, that doesn't mean that they're deserving of treatment like this. Abuse isn't okay in any circumstance. Just because you might not be a fan of her doesn't mean that you can like wiggle your finger and celebrate that she's miserable or something. That's so fucked up. I've already seen a ton of disgusting worms blaming her for all of this and being happy that she's being abused because they're not a fan of her streams or the fact she has an OnlyFans. It's absolutely fucking despicable shit.
Exactly. Because I'm going to let you say what you think you heard. But then I'm going to say what...
This argument was because she didn't hear something he said. That simple. So he had asked her a question, she didn't hear it, and said, I didn't know you asked a question, basically. She said that, oh, you didn't ask me that question, but he believed he did. So her saying, "You didn't ask me that," he took as a personal insult, and it led to this massive blow up. That's what started this whole thing. Because she didn't fully hear the question, so didn't know what was asked. And in response to that, in order to prove a point, he threatened to kill her dogs.
Yeah.
Totally reasonable thing from a rational person. I'll go ahead and play his side of that statement.
Why are you pausing? You didn't ask a question. You said a statement. Did you say that? No?
I tried to tell you
Are
what
you
I
saying you
heard.
did not say that? Are you saying you did not say that?
I tried to tell you what I heard from you. And then you called me a liar.
Then you tell me, what did you say? No, I did. I said it on purpose. I said it to show you how easily distracted you are. There was no condition. You're lying. You're literally lying to me. I said this. Stop. I said, you're going to tell me what you said. And if you lie or interrupt my part, I'm going to kill your dogs. That's exactly what I said.
So Big Bang
Yeah, we
Theory
already
over
had that.
here hatched the genius idea, a galaxy brain scheme, to prove that she wasn't hearing everything he said. He then threatened her dog's life. His whole
The dogs.
chess master checkmating move here was, I'm going to threaten your dogs because I know you're going to focus on that as opposed to the other stuff I've said. You know, the same response everyone would have, right? Oh, you're not listening to me? I'm going to go kill your dogs. Oh, what, you heard that?
You're not listening to me? I'm gonna kneecap you. My god, that's like extreme. That is extreme. Really extreme. If you really want someone's attention, just ask it again. And if they didn't hear you again, ask it again. What?
Weird. You know, like,
She's in
how
trouble,
dumb can you be? This man is just an actual
bro.
psychopath. Obviously, she's going to focus
in
on
an
the thing
abusive
where you're
relationship.
threatening her dog's life out of nowhere. He was upset because she didn't hear the question and then instead said you didn't ask it. If he ever even asked it in the first place, you know, there's no telling for sure. I wasn't fucking there. I wasn't a fly on the wall.
Dude, I know,
But he's
it's
mad
crazy.
because she didn't hear the question.
It's crazy.
And then in order
It's
to prove his
mad.
point that
It's
she just
mad,
didn't
man.
hear the
It's
question,
mad.
he threatens her dog's life to show her that she focuses on emotionally distressing things
Dude,
more than
hashtag
his
say
other
that-
statements.
Dude, hashtag, like, abuse. Like, this is not just her, unfortunately. This is everywhere else. Like, it's actually sad that she had to hide him for 7 years, which is a glaring reason why that had to be. And it's so crazy. So crazy.
That's, you fucking dummy. Everyone's gonna be focusing on emotionally distressing things when it's a goddamn threat.
And I said that because
Look
I
at
knew
her. She's
when I
like
say that,
in her
instantly you
pants.
were going to forget
She's
what you said and what I
dying.
said. Both.
Why do you have to say you're gonna kill my dog? What does that help anything?
Because, stop.
I think he should say, I'm gonna take your dogs and then, you know, take care of them. That is a better. Why kill them? If I ever get mad at someone, I never threaten death. Death is something you need to respect. And death, yes, I've said go kill yourself sometimes, but that's in situations where I'm just over the conversation. But this is her husband. This is her all that. Like, this is a different context.
Zoom out.
How
Because
did
you
he
understand my
even
point.
get with her?
What are you even talking about?
I
You brought up the
said-
dogs out of nowhere.
How did he
Exactly.
pull her? How did he pull her?
What,
Like, how? How did he
what
pull
point
her?
is there proving?
Killing them is just overboard.
See,
Yeah.
here's proof my point
I
right now.
never
Why
would
did
kill
I
a dog
ask you?
over a question that
I don't
wasn't
even
answered.
understand what you're saying to me.
Oh, there's an
I
error.
know. That's my point.
His point is
At
stupid.
Mint Mobile, we're always
It's
looking for
Ryan.
innovative ways to save you money, so you can keep paying $15 a month.
Alright, hold
This
on.
man really thinks he's smart. You can tell just by the way he carries himself in this conversation.
He's
He
not
really
smart.
thinks he's some intellectually enlightened being who just found atheism for the first time on Reddit or something. Like, this guy talks like the most pretentious douchebag you'll ever hear. as if his point is the only ever accurate one, and he's so benevolent. He even talks about how he's forgiven her for not hearing him sometimes. Like, what a saint. But I want to quickly
Wow.
address something a lot of people keep bringing
Let's
up.
see how the Eagles
The
game.
sub 5 IQ take of, well, she
2010,
shouldn't have aired this publicly.
Still,
All right, Dr.
Crazy.
Phil. Jesus Christ. Let's tackle that for a moment. Let's go over the reasons why she might want to air this publicly. This man has access to all of her accounts. He has all of her passwords.
That's
and
crazy.
in this conversation,
That's
even
crazy.
threatens to make fake tweets to ruin her career.
That's
And
crazy.
even goes as far as to typing them up, but doesn't hit send. She is basically his prisoner because she has tried to go to authorities, at least based on everything I've seen in this VOD, and she
I didn't
has
see it.
recorded other conversations, but in response, she had her shit broken by him and had her phones taken away by him.
Literally got physical with me. And then, like, fucking tried to take my phones away because he was gonna destroy my PC when I recorded it. Now he's just trying to say bullshit because he knows he fucked up. He just admitted he was lying. Fucking asshole.
So she tried gathering evidence on her own. It was destroyed. She tried calling the police. Apparently that didn't go super well either because he took her phones away. Like, what the fuck else is she
God,
supposed
he's,
to
like,
do?
so
I think this was
crazy.
a very good course of action here and publicly airs it all out so that way this can help her in her case in getting away from him. Now, he didn't know this was being streamed, obviously.
smart
He
on
was
him,
under the
but-
impression she had stepped away to take the phone call, but she came back after, I'm guessing, the threats against her dogs and just unmuted and did it publicly. And I do
Wow.
think it was a good, I think it was a good decision.
I have the tweet drafted. I'm just gonna send it now.
What are you sending?
The false fucking swatting of your husband. And then having your fucking assistant do it too.
You
The what?
literally tried to take my phone. I got scared because you got physical and I called.
Yeah, but I'm tweeting it now, so good
But
luck.
so you're lying on my Twitter. That's gonna look real good.
Whatever. I don't care, I'm tweeting it.
You're
I'm Amouranth's assistant, or I'm Amouranth's husband, and she is swatting me and calling the cops and calling it a
I
false.
wonder what he
I
looks
didn't
like.
say you abused me. I called the cops because you literally were on top of me trying to take my phones from me. You're literally just lying to my Twitter.
Yeah, I don't care. I built the Twitter.
You used my body to build this empire.
That line is
And I'm gonna
crazy.
get your OnlyFans banned too.
So here he is admitting that he was just going to lie about a story to ruin her career and then get her OnlyFans banned as well. So you can clearly see that he had access to all of her shit. And a lot was revealed here. The reason why Amouranth wasn't more public about her marriage is because he didn't let her.
I've been wanting to tell people that, like, let's just stream together. Just tell them that we're fucking married. Because it's like, our relationship would be better if we just stream them. And it's fighting all the time. But no, mister, don't say that because it's going to ruin the business model. It's not time yet. Fuck yourself. I'm done with it.
The reason why she started doing hot tub streams and committing the hot tub streams is because he forced her to. So a lot of this shit came out about how awful of a person this guy is and how controlling and
wasn't
how
even him.
scummy and shitty he is.
Literally.
Literally, I was waiting for a response. You were just calling me crazy then.
I didn't say you were crazy.
No. Dude, I'm gonna give you one last chance. I'm gonna irrevocably fucking destroy everything. I can tell you something that shatters you forever, and I'll start tweeting about it too.
Huh.
But what? Why would you want to do that? I don't understand.
Because you are literally telling me I did not say something that I literally
He is only protected because she allows it. She could literally, she could literally kill him. She has the power. She has the views. She has this. Now she has the evidence. Now she has this. She could literally end this guy's whole career without even him being in the career. Like, he was the shadow man. Like, he's crazy to think that he's gonna be like, oh, well, since I never publicly stated my name out there, I'm fine. Nah. This is the internet. Your name is on the internet, baby. You're done. Once you do something on the internet, offline and online, you're done. And she just did it. She stepped in the door with him. We might not know what he looks like. He might be a fat little weirdo, which somehow pulled her. I'm still confused on this. I knew she had a boyfriend. I just didn't know he was a husband, which is even more convincing. And then, now that she just is doing this, what else has been happening?
That's okay to let me.
You're just right here. I'm gonna tell you right now, dude. You're about to lose your entire fucking life in terms of everything that's been built because you're too obstinate to just merely accept that you didn't hear a thing. And I'm already very forgiving about that.
This man is so insecure, sensitive, and embarrassing that he just keeps believing that because she said you didn't say that, he is taking it as an insult against his intelligence, and he won't stand for it. He believes that she is calling him crazy, and she might not be calling him crazy, but I, as well as everyone else who has seen these clips, is. This man is fucking unhinged. He is crazy. This man is nuts. And he's downright dangerous, I would say. To be threatening the lives of his dogs, also makes threats against our horses about how he's going to sell them to meat packaging plants or some shit.
Oh my God.
Like, the man is not a safe person to be around. Now, one other thing I'd like to get into before showing some more clips is the brain-rotted take that keeps floating around about how this is all manufactured drama and it's fake for the sake of exposure
Fake.
and clout for Amouranth. And I understand why people like to take everything with a grain of salt. I think it's a very good thing to always really try and hyper-analyze everything to make...
No, he's not wrong. I mean, this is the internet, baby. This is fake it until you make it, dude. It's like porn. All those porn stars fake it till they make it. Maybe it's real, maybe it's true, maybe it's not. But porn is a little fake, and they think this is fake. An hour and 40 minutes of fakeness. Solid acting. Give her an Emmy. Give those texts an Emmy. They plan those texts. They definitely plan those texts. Oh, way before this. So weird. What? Wait, how?
Make sure that what you're getting is legitimate, which is why I'm so surprised that after doing that, people still arrived at the conclusion that it's fake. You'd have to be clinically stupid to think that this is fake. Because in order to reach that conclusion, you'd have to ask yourself, why is it fake? What would be the goal?
Yeah,
what would
what's the
Amouranth
fake?
gain from this? And let's break that thought process down. Why would she fake it? She's already reached like the pinnacle of internet success. She makes over $2 million a month from streaming and OnlyFans. Like, that doesn't even count like merch or anything. So she's
No. She makes 33 million. 33 million. That's crazy. And all she does is show what, nips and JJ. I don't know. I didn't sub to an OnlyFans, but that's crazy. It's crazy out here. But that's the thing. Like, how this I have to tell it when I do the summary.
making plenty of money, so she doesn't need money, so that wouldn't be a reason. She doesn't need exposure because she's one of the most popular streamers on Twitch and most popular OnlyFans models, so that probably wouldn't make any sense. So why would it be fake? There's nothing to gain. There's only things to lose because now it's public that she's married. So that would be a detriment. Even though it's something she wanted to share, there are those delusional weirdos who believe that by donating money to her, they'd get to date her.
Yeah.
Like, that's obvious. So this coming out doesn't help her in any way. There'd be no reason why she'd fake this for anything.
Nah, if, like he said, the full reason why he didn't want his name out was, he knew that the business would go. They're making 33 mil. And then, maybe they'll lose 7% of that. But, like, that's still 7%. And, numbers are numbers. You want the numbers up, not down. You don't want it stagnated. You want to go up, like to the moon. But I think he's contradicting himself. He's just being an idiot. Like, hold on, I have to.
Because she has nothing to gain from it. It's just a nonsensical take from people that clearly haven't thought about it for even an iota of a second.
Man, we're like, we're in the house now. It's like, the next time when I say plan, do it. Dumb fuck, do you understand?
Son
I'm playing doctor. Fuck
can't
this, I'm
spell
calling you. So I
dumb.
disappeared from stream. Take a call. So I can't, I'm gonna tell them I can't talk right now. We're getting Wi-Fi. I don't care. You get the call now. Last chance. About to dump your luggage. You know, from my hotel room. But throwing your stupid merch off the balcony.
How did this
So you can
guy
get your
go
stuff.
under the
You
radar?
don't need the makeup or the live view, like the stream epic, or the clothes, huh? Deleting social media in 1 minute. Buying options that expire and blasting the cash. About to shut down your bank account too. Lag is terrible. Stream is garbage. It's like, about to delete Twitter in 30 seconds. If you don't call me, my phone's literally off, right? I'm just like, it literally died. Gonna donate $250,000 to Polo Missy. It's like a bird sanctuary he likes. In the next 2 minutes.
Birds? What if she had birds? David Story? I don't know.
250K gone. We'll donate.
Pretty alarming stuff here. Just look at these texts. The man is draining their finances faster than a crypto bro investing in the latest shitcoin. Just blasting all their money down the drain. Just fucking shitting it away. Because she wasn't replying to him in a reasonable time. It should be obvious that this isn't healthy behavior from a sane individual. But if you need more evidence of that, let's go later into her stream where she starts showing some of the house itself and some of the damage that he's caused.
Script of L-U-T-H.
God
Coming
damn
on
it.
to House of Dragon, it's overwhelming at first, but I love it.
You know what you are.
I would lock my door, but he broke that too.
You know what you want? What the fuck does that mean?
So,
Best advice I can give
that was
during
the
my
day
divorce
that
my
he
grandma
fucking
gave.
took the
This
the
too
phone
shall
from
pass.
Me, both phones from me. And so I ran in here to call the cops, and he literally kicked the door in and broke. Like, this doesn't even have a hinge anymore.
What an absolute nightmare. And you want to know what's really sick about the whole thing? There are people saying that she absolutely deserves it because she does OnlyFans. Can you believe how fucked up that is? And also, a lot of the
Because she
things people
doesn't.
shit on Amouranth for, like pretending to be single to get money from simps or whatever, isn't even her idea, apparently. It's her husband, who is controlling every aspect of her life, it seems. He has access to all of her accounts. He's the one who comes up with her schedule and tells her what to do on stream and all of that. So a lot of the things that she gets shit on is actually her husband doing it, making her do it. And yet Amouranth is the one that has to roll with all the punches. And then once she turns off stream after being insulted all day by a ton of people, she then has her husband insulting her and yelling and screaming at her.
God.
Fucking unbelievable. The set of circumstances here are so incredibly sad. Like, just genuinely awful. And the stream ends in a really concerning way. I'll go ahead and play the ending of the stream
I'm
to
gonna
you.
hear the end.
Hello?
Wait. Did we get fourth quarter 10 to 20 to 10 still?
I haven't gotten any calls. What are you talking about? Why would you ask if I'm taking...
This is a scene right out of a horror movie. The doors slowly opening up behind her, someone off camera asking if she's taken her medication. I believe it's her assistant. But even Amouranth is confused, like, why are you asking about the medication? You know, like, that's irrelevant to everything. So the assistant knew what was going on here, and for some reason asked about her taking medication, I guess implying that, you know, maybe she's having, like, some kind of mental breakdown. But that's a fucked up thing to even insinuate, because she's not having just some, like, mental breakdown. Her husband is yelling and screaming at her over an extremely minor issue and threatening to ruin her entire career over it. And making threats against her dogs and her horses. Like, this isn't just some mental breakdown kind of thing where she, you know, she's off her meds, so now she's crazy. Like, her husband has made a massive fucking threat, not only to her career, but the things she cares about. It's a very serious thing that most people would respond to in the same way. She's just doing it live, probably because she felt like she was out of other options. So I think it's a really weird thing for her assistant to ask. And the door opening behind her, I think, is eerie. I think that is scary.
That's monk
She hasn't
ass.
posted since this has happened.
Monk
Hopefully
ass.
everything's okay. But no one knows as of right now. But I think this is an extremely important situation to talk about because for some reason, people are dismissing it as no big deal, which blows my mind. Like, this is a legitimate case of abuse on stream here. And I don't know why people aren't saying it as such. Granted, most people are, but there still is a community of people that still think it's not an issue and that it's her fault. Why is she staying with an abuser? You know, she brought this on herself. If you're in a toxic relationship, just leave. All things spoken by people that have never even felt the touch of another human being. The absolute worst takes imaginable. But yeah, anyway, I just wanted to talk about...
Okay, so I'm gonna go into Black Ops 2. That's where I get my train of thought. Wow, it's crazy. It's crazy. Crazy. Are you shitting me? Okay, whatever. I'm gonna keep it in just chatting. Okay. This is where I get my train of thought, and, you know, I'm playing against bots, so go fuck yourself. But, hold on. Just give me, like, time to think about this. Like, this is crazy. Custom game setup. DLC, nope. Free for all, headed games. Unlimited. Okay. Once I get in the game and then start my train of thought, I'll start. Oh, dude, it's 20 to 20. I'm okay. 20 to 17 on Cowboys and Eagles. I'm either gonna cry, or I'm gonna just, you know. I mean, the Dallas Cowboys. Okay, whatever. Okay, I'm gonna shut up right now.
Shut up, clock in and load up.
Yeah, like he said. Alright, so, the thought process of this is so crazy. Amouranth, who knew that she had a husband? I didn't know. I thought she had a boyfriend. I thought that was a boyfriend. I knew she had a boyfriend because, you know, what kind of girl in that status, not gonna lie, in that kind of status, would not have a boyfriend? Unless, you know, choice. But, you know, I thought she didn't. So, okay. That doesn't change anything. But this husband has been MIA off the internet for 7 years, I heard claim. So, this guy has been, you know, behind the scenes for a long time. So, the question is, how long has he been doing this to her? And that's just so crazy. Because when she does that, all that stream, all that 15 hours, it's not even her. It's the husband. The husband is just acting like a manager, and not even a good manager. The worst managers ever. It's like, you know, like, he's not even using her for her body. That's a bad sign. But like, he's using her just for her fame. He's just using her for the money. He's not even just thinking about her body, but she's also thinking about the money too. 2 things already down the drain. 2 things. Money and a body. One is bad enough. One is, you know, both situations are bad, but like, money and the body? How did he even pull her 7 years ago, dude? Like, that's so crazy. hot girls, which, we're gonna label her as that because, that's what she is, that's how she got famous, and that's what, you know, that's why she has a boyfriend, her husband. It's kind of crazy that she just, let that be and let that, happen to her for 7 years. Like, it's crazy. It's called abuse, mentally abuse, because, she didn't, it's probably her first boyfriend, or probably like 2-3 boyfriends. She doesn't know what abuse is. Back in the old days, she's old enough. So, back in 1990s, abuse wasn't that much, and they didn't think about it. And so, when they don't know what abuse is, they're not gonna know, and unfortunately some people don't know. And that's why they make those shows about okay, I typed. Okay, I typed that. And of course when people are like, get out of a relationship, blah blah blah, I've heard that many times before, and I've seen many girls in that situation. It's just so hard because they don't know what to do after, and especially for 7 years. What are they gonna do after for 7 years? 7 years of like a relationship is hard enough, and what do you think? They're just gonna leave them, like, and then be off on good terms? Probably not. That's gonna mess you up. See, I never had one, so I'll, never had that experience. So really, take a light grain of salt from my point of view of relationship abuse. But if you have ever been in one, it's just so crazy that, some people think it's just that easy. No, it's not. It's not easy. It's like a math equation. What are you supposed to do with an x and y and b? And what do you do after with the x and y and b sometimes? You don't know. So it's so hard. You can't really listen to those people. It's oh my god. It's just, And then, I mean, the business model of don't tell anyone that you have a husband, yeah. That will get under a lot of, oh my god, Dallas has the ball. I'm so pissed. That would get under a lot of people's skin, and that would, destroy the motto of her being single and all the simps. That's just their problem, When I go in her live streams, I know for a fact she has a boyfriend. There's something equivalent to that, because no way she would be doing this without one, okay? If a hot girl is single, unfortunately, there's something in the background that you don't know. And if she does, then okay, yeah, you got your answer. But, you know what? It's crazy. You can't just run out of a relationship like that. It's just so hard, so crazy. But, this boyfriend, this husband, is acting like a worse manager than ever. Making her do all those live streams, 15 hours straight, I've seen. And it's not even her idea. Like I said, he's not only using the body, but he's also using it for the money. It's just so crazy that he is. Just thinks of her as a meat. Just not only as a meat and a money tag. That's all he thinks about of her. So crazy. And, it's, madness. Madness. Like, why do you think of that? Why do you think of that kind of person? I have to watch the whole VOD to understand this whole ordeal more. I know he did go over a bit, but, a phone call, and then, the police just said, oh, you're doing okay, because, I don't know. He took the evidence away. Alright, I guess that's where sexist doesn't exist. Because, if a girl gets hurt and blah blah blah, I just don't know where the marks are. Like, where are the marks? because if there's no marks, she can't unfortunately prove it. But it's crazy that he's been doing this for a long time. That we're gonna assume maybe 5 years ago, maybe 2 years ago, maybe 1 year ago. But maybe, and just maybe he will get exposed, because he has to be exposed now, because the internet could find people. This internet could find people, and it's actually crazy. It's scary. And with all the, simps that have her back, someone's bound to find him, especially after that ordeal. Unless, I don't know. I don't want to say that she's unfortunately bitten the dust, because that end of that stream looked, not good. So, I don't know. I really cannot tell you if she's safe or not. No one knows. And that's scary. And even her assistant's not even helping her, so that's not better in any way. It's just, abuse is hard. I mean, some people don't even know. Some people don't know what abuse is. And they just write it off as, he's just being angrily, or she's just being her. And this goes for both parties. This is not just for one party. A male can be abused. It's not even, that's even also another joke in this world. They think that men can't get abused, but they can. But hold on, back to the topic. She also has her whole accounts given to him. Like, that is the best idea. I just don't know why she doesn't control it. Like, it's her accounts, her bank, her whole thing. No, that's yes. It's her husband. But, come on, you gotta have, you gotta have a second plan, and because, if you get divorced and you put it's like putting your eggs in one basket. Unfortunately, marriage is not forever. Not all the time. And yes, she was probably blindsided that it was, and probably gave him everything, because, she thought it was a lovey-dovey relationship, but it wasn't. It never was. So, I don't know, it's just, she's in a predicament, and if he's trying to get the law in, like, that's crazy. Because now that he doesn't have that side on his end, so if he was able to get away with that phone call, I think he would have been able to legally take her down, because he's been taking all the evidence, and unfortunately, as you can tell, the police don't take any action without evidence. So that's just hard. So I'm not saying that, oh, thank God he took away the evidence. I'm saying, like, thank God she got the evidence in the first place, because, these cops are not relying on 26. Oh my. So they're just not relying on the evidence that she's trying to give them. So, cops are hard to please these days. You could literally say, a guy just robbed me 5 minutes ago, and they're gonna have to, interrogate you for, 10 minutes. And then you're like, okay, where's this going? And they're like, we need every single evidence. And that's just the issue with justice system. But, back to what I was saying. Amouranth given him full control, which is so crazy. We don't know who did it, and we don't know why she did it, so that would be up to discussion. But if he really didn't want anyone to know that he was behind the scenes, that's just crazy. You had to be really stupid to think that she was single. You really thought she was single? You really thought she was feeling you? Nope. She had a husband that whole time. She probably even had to take the ring off. That's so crazy. So yeah, it's just so crazy Amaranth is in this situation. And then the next topic, she deserves it because she's an OnlyFans? Bucko boy, I guess you don't understand what a human being is. Just because someone posts their nudes on the internet doesn't mean that they're not a human anymore. That actually is kind of scary. And yes, alright, I'll go with both points. Yes, she's making a ton of money off of you guys. But you need to understand you're spending that money. She's not even asking you to spend the money. She really isn't. And you're just making her more famous by spending on her. So really, whose fault is this? It's like you going into a store and the store owner says you buy whatever you want. You don't have to buy it. You can just walk into the store, don't even have to buy anything. The items are just there if you are wanting to buy it. They're not shoving it down your throat and saying buy it. Never have they ever said buy my stuff in my store. That's the problem with you guys, with the Sims these days. They think when you spend money on someone, you are owed anything, and yes. Yes, that goes on a date too. But, you know, like, that's just kind of borderline slavery a bit. Like, you buying them for your entertainment, and now they owe you your life, in a sense. A bit of slavery a bit there, so really think about that concept. So, yeah, I don't know. She might be, you know, attacked more. That was the worst dog fight knife ever. I'm better at shooting, okay. But no, it's just... Hopefully, she's okay. And, you know... And, you know, it's crazy. And I'll talk about abuse. It happens to both parties. Men is just gonna be more mentally, because, you know, they could be physically bigger than the woman, but the woman can still verbally attack him. And then the men that say, oh, well, if you're offended by a woman these days, then you're the pussy. Then that just means that men don't have any feelings, and then, you know, that just, you know, contradicts a lot of things, you know? Oh my god. It's just crazy how you think that once they do something bad and horrible, they are not a human anymore. Yes, you could be disappointed, but you do not dehumanize someone over it. Like, being abused and being an OnlyFans, is that a get out of emotion jail? No, it's not. You still have emotion, you're still human. You still have feelings. You're not just a cold stone brick once you do OnlyFans. Porn even. They have feelings. And yes, you might degrade them because that line of work could be, you know, looked upon as easy, but like, it's not the point. The point is that they're human and they have feelings, and if you think otherwise, then you're just a lonely little troll piece of shit that just thinks that once they do a certain job, they lose all feelings and all that. It's not like you're going on anesthesia and you just don't feel anything. Like, Jesus. You need to, like, relax. Jobs do not define your personality. Jobs do not define your outlook on life. They really don't. They just really don't. They just mean that you're doing a job. You need to learn that. And all her simps need to learn that too. And he's right on that thing. He knew that if that got out, then they would definitely lose. And then, he called her empire. Like, he conquered her and said, I'm gonna use your body and get money. Just like, what? That's crazy. It's not even a 50-50. Like, maybe if they shared accounts, that'd be a 50-50 deal, but, it almost sounds like he just has the full accounts. Like, I have no idea where this conversation went with, like, down the line of, like, them dating. Like, oh, when we finally get married, I'm gonna give you everything, my social media, my bank account, and everything. I don't think that was ever discussed in that relationship, which is a bad thing. And in a relationship, you need to discuss everything, because you're still a human being in the marriage and after the marriage. And they're not going to have a good marriage after this, so now that the world knows, it's crazy. Mad. So, I'm going to have to watch the whole VOD, because it would make more sense, but him kicking down the doors and, putting her hands on her is just crazy, because, if you do that, woman or male, you don't deserve anything. And how did he bag her in the first place? How? He had to been so desperate. He had to been so desperate. Really desperate. Amazing. Okay. He had to been so desperate to get her. Well, she just might have been vulnerable.
Friendly UAV inbound.
Oh, 7 is a leader? That's aim? That's gross.
Hostiles have destroyed your UAV.
That's so mean. Alright, but yeah, a message. If you're in an abusive relationship, please look at the signs, and if you cannot look at the signs, talk to your friends. Your friends will know better. And when your friends get involved, they are the third person. They are the immediate third point of view that you cannot see in your first point of view life. God, they have the eyes to see of what you cannot see and what you cannot hear, because they are the third person, and the third person in this situation is chat and some people. But yes, this is unfortunate that this has happened to her, because we all thought she was living luxurious. Everyone, I bet your bottom that you thought she was living luxurious, getting 33 mil, and then, having fun with that 33 mil. But no, she's getting berated by her husband, berated by the chat. And it's just crazy that she had to deal with that for almost 5 years for now, because, she's been doing this for a long time, I think. Actually, you know what? I just discovered who found out for the new egos were, what was her name? Rice Gum gave her a name. I forget the name, but I remember her hanging out with Amouranth, and that's how Amouranth started. I know the first ego for Twitch that played games and did that. That is just crazy. And that was the day that I met Amouranth. On that day, I knew about Amouranth for many of years. I just didn't really care until like 2 years ago, maybe 3. But it's just crazy that in that time span that has been happening. It's been over. If someone said that the record was 70 years ago, 70 years ago was almost a decade, and that would have been. And that would have been when I was in I was in 8th grade-ish. So yeah, that's just crazy. Like the thought of that, like, just spooks me. Yeah. If you can't handle abuse, please don't watch any of that Amouranth VOD, because you know that could bring up bad memories. Please, if you or a loved one is in an abusive relationship and they don't know it and you don't know it, please get a third person point of view. Please get a third person point of view, because it's just crazy that, yes, it is mad that people don't know what abuse is, but it's also sad that people think it's that easy, but it's not. It really isn't. And I had multiple conversations of those people. They just think it's just how they feel today, it's just how they are today. No, that's just their character. And yes, I'm not gonna say everything that is yelled or whatever is gonna count as abuse. And when I mean abuse, I mean like he will hit her, he will, you know, degrade her to a certain degree. Because, you know, some relationships have funny comedy. Like, you know, you gotta be lighthearted in relationships. You can't be like, no touching, no blah blah blah, no bad comments, to a certain degree. So, you know, when it's real, you know it's real. When it's not, you know it's not. And you need to have your ideas of, wait, is that real or is it fake? And you need to be that person, to be intellectual of knowing when it's fake or not. And take everything with a grain of salt. And people that think it's acting, you definitely think those pornos are real. You definitely think those pornos are real, definitely. I swear to God, I think you think that those pornos are real, and those situations are just real. They are real, they do happen, but not on that scale, not on that level. So, probably still think the Tooth Fairy's still alive, so, you know what, I won't give you, I'll give you slack on that. Wow, I'm killing it. 237 and they're 54, even though they're recruits. Shut up. This D assault. I love this D assault. Alright, well, I'm over this game. But yeah. If the Eagles win this game, Eagles. Tango down. Alright, so, yeah. That's my summary. Please don't hate me. I'll see you guys later. Please know when you're in an abusive relationship, call this number. Please call this number. This number has always been here, and it will always be here. Now, I'm not advocating to call this every time right now, but when you need it, you need it. She needs this number right now. So, I'll see you guys later. I'll try to get this video up by tomorrow, actually. I'm going to put this up tomorrow because, you know, this is new news. So, I'll see you guys later. Hopefully you enjoyed this stream. I didn't even think that I'd be doing this stream, but, you know, I needed to stream. I also needed to get this off my chest. So crazy. See you guys later. Hopefully, Amouranth is okay. See ya.